Hey everyone, this is Rabbit's Blog Animation Bliss, and welcome to another Retro Animation Corner. So today's Retro Animation we're going to be talking about today is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. I know this is like pretty much VHS tape, but that's the only copy I have of the Grinch so far. But pretty much the person who recommended me this video was No Parking Barry, and you can check out the link to the channel in the description box below. So let's talk about this movie. So How the Grinch Stole Christmas was made in 1966, and it was directed by Chuck Jones. And another fact that No Parking Barry pointed out to me was the fact that this is the Grinch's 50th anniversary this year. So this is another holiday special that's getting their 50th anniversary. The first one I reviewed was It's the Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown, which also premiered in 1966. So we have another one, another animated holiday special getting their 50th anniversary this year. So let's talk about what this movie is all about. So this movie starts off with the Grinch hating the Who's for celebrating Christmas, and he starts plotting of a way to try to ruin Christmas with the Who's. So he ends up trying to dress himself as Santa Claus, and he ends up going to the Who village on Christmas Eve and stealing all the Who's presents and toys, so that way they can have a miserable Christmas. And just as the Grinch steals all the Who's presents, he sees that the Who's are like singing anyway, or like singing this song at the end anyway, saying that they're happy despite the fact that all the toys got stolen. And it was then that the Grinch finally learns the true meaning of Christmas at that point. Now I know I kind of spoiled the movie a little there, but that's okay. I will post up the spoiler section before that, but that's okay. But yeah, what are my thoughts about this movie? I really love this movie. This is like my third most favorite, well, actually my second most favorite animated holiday movie of all time. And what I love so much about this movie is that, you know, it's based off of Dr. Seuss's books, How the Grinch Stole Christmas, and it's made the Grinch one of my most favorite Dr. Seuss characters of all time, right behind the Cat in the Hat. And what I love so much about this Christmas special is that it tries to show the viewer, you know, what is the true meaning of Christmas. And it shows us that even though the Grinch is trying to steal presents from the Who's, you know, it was then he realizes, you know, the Who's don't need all those presents, and they don't need all those wonderful gifts and stuff to be happy on Christmas. They just needed each other to be happy on Christmas. And that's what I like about this particular Christmas special. I like how it presents the theme of, you know, the true meaning of Christmas is just being near the ones you love. And it's kind of implied in this particular Christmas special that the Grinch just wanted to be near somebody. You know, it's obvious from the beginning that he was kind of lonely since he lives on the mountain by himself with his dog Max. And of course, this Christmas special was like basically showing that the all the Grinch really wanted was just to be near someone. And when he sees that happen towards the end of the film, it was when he figures out the true meaning of Christmas and he starts loving Christmas again. So I like how they did that with How the Grinch Stole Christmas. Although if there was an issue I had with this special, I wish they would have explained to the viewer, you know, why did the Grinch hate Christmas in the first place? You know, what made him hate Christmas so much that he's willing to steal all the presents from the Who's in the village. This Christmas special never really told us, and I don't think the original book told us either. It was only in the movie they kind of explained to us, you know, why did the Grinch hate Christmas in the first place. And because I'm not talking about the movie at the moment right here, I'll just leave that. I'll just let y'all go ahead and watch the Grinch movie that stars Jim Carrey and figure out, you know, why the Grinch hated Christmas in that special. But I think they did a pretty good job of it in the movie. But yeah, it's terms of the animated special, I wish they explained it a bit more about why the Grinch hated Christmas, besides, you know, his heart might be too small. But, you know, I did like that scene where they're like, you know, his heart was several inches too small, and he can't really feel love or anything until towards the end. So I did like that little explanation. But still, I like to see them really explain why the Grinch hated Christmas at the beginning. Some highlights of the special was, of course, the song You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. I love the song. Like, it's like a song I play a lot during Christmas, even though it's like an anti-Christmas song. And yo, it's just really memorable song to sing to, and I really enjoyed it, listening to that song every year for Christmas, especially in relation to this movie. And I think the song really describes the Grinch very well, at least how he was in the first half of the movie. And I also love the animation by Chuck Jones. I think that was the biggest highlight of the special, was how the animation was being done. The characters move very lively, and the fact that there's a lot of scary faces that the Grinch makes throughout the special really brings out his nasty side of his character. So I really like that aspect of the animation, how they made the Grinch seem really scary in the special by having Chuck Jones animate all his nightmare faces, especially that infamous scene where the like putting on his evil thinky face, and his smile goes like really wide into a like excuse me, into a like really evil looking smile. So that was probably one of my most favorite scenes in the entire in the entire special. So do I recommend? Oh, another thing to add is I like the fact that the movie started off like anti-Christmas, since you don't really see a lot of Christmas specials start out like anti-Christmas, and then it suddenly twists into a real Christmas special once the Grinch finally learns the true meaning of Christmas. So that's another aspect I liked about this animated special, is the fact that it started off like an anti-Christmas special, but then it became a real Christmas special as the film starts concluding. So would I recommend you checking out How the Grinch Stole Christmas? Yes, definitely yes. I think this is like one of the best Christmas specials of all time, next to Rudolph and Charlie Brown Christmas. And it's another Christmas movie that really shows you what the true meaning of Christmas is all about. So I highly recommend you check out How the Grinch Stole Christmas, especially if you're a huge fan of Dr. Seuss's works and you're a huge fan of anti-Christmas movies that turn into a Christmas special halfway through type of stories. Well, that's my review of How the Grinch Stole Christmas. And be sure to follow us on Twitter so we can keep you updated any new videos we post up. And also, like our Facebook page.